Howdy y'all, it's Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today I am back with another How to Kill a Kit with Style video, also combining it with May I Scraplift You, and today we are scrap lifting Helen over at Scrapping with Helen. This super cute layout that she did. I love a good grid pattern. Whenever I checked, she was at 969 subscribers, so I'm sure she would love to have you guys come over there. She is almost to her 1,000 subscriber mark, which is super exciting. And she always makes such good pages. So I'm also combining this with 52 weeks of favorite photos hosted by Miranda Weber over at My Scrappy Life. This one is some of my favorites, but most of all, it's not necessarily my favorite picture, but it is one of my favorite memories of a road trip I got to take. And then I am also combining this with challenge number 5 over on Bash Your Scrapbook Stash Facebook group for National Scrapbook Day weekend challenges. So this one is called On the Road Again, and what you had to do was create a layout or project about a road trip. Also use memorabilia on your page. Use lyrics as part or as the complete journaling, and use at least 3 of the following to embellish your layout: circle, tag, washi tape, and stamp. And I think that's it. So I have all my stuff laid out. I'm using some more papers from my kit. I am using this Gnomes for Spring paper pack from Close to My Heart. And it's super cute paper, but I'm using very minimal amounts of paper this time. And I have some stamp sets pulled, my inks. I'm using salvage patina and bundled sage distress oxide. I have some stickers. I think I'm going to use this stamp from this stamp set, and then I'm going to use this little cloud from this stamp set. And I've actually never even used this stamp set. I've had it for a long time. Okay, so I have this little car I'm going to use since it has to be road trip themed. And this is something that Ginger made. Here's my tag, which was just a little sticker on the sticker set. I created my title on Cricut using Print Then Cut. And then I layered it up. And I used the Beatles song, Here Comes the Sun, because we left before the sun came up. The car was so loaded down. I have a picture of it. Not a very good picture because it was dark and we didn't get home until the sun was setting, and it was a spectacular sunset. So I printed my picture small just like she did. And so this is me and my friend Robin that went. And I don't have memorabilia to add because even though we went on a road trip, we went and it was a little over 2 hours away where we went. And they do it every spring. It's a plant swap, and in Middle Tennessee, and it is fabulous. I got so many new plants. But I also got this tea towel in trade that had been embroidered. So that's kind of my memorabilia aspect. Hopefully it counts. If not, oh well, I've had fun playing. And then, of course, me and Brooke. And then here's a map of the park where the plant swap was held, which was at Henry Horton State Park. And then here's a picture from the swap with everybody set up. Here's us in the car. Like I said, it's a terrible picture. It's so dark. But all I had was my light in my car to be able to shine. So there we are. We had plants everywhere. Everybody was holding stuff except for me. And this is all of my plants after I got back home. This is all my plants I brought back home with me that I traded for. Because everything at the plant swap is just that, up for swap. No selling allowed. And I got so much stuff. You can also trade for like fresh baked goods and towels, rocks, manure, like books, plant markers, like a million things you can trade for. So I didn't have a lot of plants to trade, so I did some other trading. I wood burned wooden spoons as plant markers and things like that and traded them. So it was super fun. I've only been a couple times and I haven't got to go in the last year or two. This was in 21. But it's always fun. So if you live in near Middle Tennessee, near Henry Horton State Park, you should check it out because they have a swap in the spring and in the fall. Also pulled this paper from my stash. It's Echo Park Transatlantic Travel. So I didn't necessarily love this. I got this in one of those warehouse mystery boxes or whatever. And I have not loved this collection at all. But I've been trying to use it up. So I cut my paper down and I'm going to put it down like that and just use the outside of it. So whatever works, right? Alright, oh, and then I also have these little white acrylic flowers from Close to My Heart. I also have my washi tape pulled out and I tore off a little piece. I remember Janet Madison saying this. Whenever you're going to use washi, so that you don't forget, just tear a little piece and stick it on so that you remember to put it there. Like, so you remember to put it on. So I'm going to follow Helen's layout pretty closely. I have all of my pictures cut roughly the same size as she did. So that I can fit them all on. I have my title. I'm going to do journaling here. And then I have my little doodads I'm going to put in the open spaces where the paper is. And even though she just did, it looks like maybe stenciling with the sun here. I think I'm going to do a little smushing technique and then stamp over it and just kind of create a cascade pretty much. So that's my plan. Let's see what happens. So I am going to, I thought I could just kind of intertwine my blue and my green, because I don't want to fill up the whole thing. So I'm just going to lightly spray it and smush it up. And I went with these lighter shades just because it matches the colors of the paper pack. And since the pictures are really heavy, or I think they are because all of them are dark. So there's not a whole lot of light color with just the few pieces of pattern paper that's in this. So I wanted to just kind of add in a few, like I said, a little bit more color on the lighter side. And then I'm going to do my journaling down here like Helen did. Okay. So there's that part. And then I'm just going to take my rag and dab the super, there's a fuzzy on there. Dab the super wet part so it doesn't crinkle my paper. This is just plain old white cardstock from Walmart, so it's not anything special, and I didn't gesso it or anything like that. As long as you're not super heavy-handed with the water, it doesn't crinkle up really bad, and it's easy to flatten out. That, and it's mostly dry at this point. It could stand to be a little bit drier. But I'm going to go ahead and attach it to this. Now I have done my mixed media. It's dried. It's attached. Now I'm going to do my stamping. So I have my little cloud, and I think I'm going to just stamp it in the same exact blue and kind of follow the same cascade randomly up the page. I wasn't going to, but I have got this watered down black acrylic paint, and I'm just going to tap a few little splatters on here. Super, super minimal, because I don't want to add to the dark part of it. Okay, so I pretty much have that dried up now. That's all I'm going to do on that part, and now I'm just going to add my photos. There's all my pictures are down, and I really, really, really love this paper, so I cut a piece to use on here. Even though Helen doesn't have like a border on hers, I wanted to add this one, just like I said earlier, to get some more color added to it, and because I really just love this paper. I think it's my favorite paper in the whole pack of this collection. Alright, and then I'm going to add my washi tape, which is something I rarely ever use. So, you know, I guess it's a good thing whenever you get a challenge to pull out and use up the stuff you don't normally use. And then I have this thin one. Just add a little bit of gold sparkly to it, pretty much. I'm going to add my title on, and I'm going to journal down here just like Helen did. So I'll tell y'all a funny story about this, going to this plant swap. Like I said, it was a little over 2 hours away from home, and me and my friend Robin and Brooke and then her daughter Fancy, we all went together, and so Brooke hung out with me, and Robin is a hoot. Like, she is so fun to hang out with, but she's a little bit of a flake. I tell her it's the blonde hair, but she really is a big cut up. She's lived everywhere. She was a traveling nurse for a long time. But so she kind of just, you lose her, like she needs to be put on a leash. Because you can't keep track of her, like she's all over the place, and she's nowhere and everywhere, you know. She's always late for everything. But we kind of lost her, so me and Brooke was just, you know, we was just kind of doing our own thing and looking around and all that. And Brooke, she likes plants too. She's not obsessed with them like me, but you know, she can appreciate a good pretty flower. And so me and Brooke were going around and we're doing our thing. Well, they have I just got glue on my picture. They have this talk thing that they do, like a presentation or whatever, and to tell you, you know, you're learning something. So they taught us how to, oh gosh, what is it called? It's like the poured concrete stuff, but it's not. Like, it's, the water can go through it. Hypertufa, whatever it's called. Showed us how to make our own. So, we were just, chilling out and listening to them and all that. Well, the people, like, will just, if they're leaving early or whatever and they don't want to take plants home, they will just pile them up by the thing, and everybody, whoever wants them, can take them. So we had got done listening to the talk, still hadn't found Robin, and I'm like, hey, let's go over here and look and see in the, unwanted pile what's over here. So, Brooke was like, oh, look at these. These are super pretty. We should get this. And it was a big old, like a huge bag of plants. And they had these pretty blue flowers on them. And I was like, okay, I'm down. I like them. They're really pretty. And had no idea what they were. Just they were pretty. And somebody's like, oh, yeah, they're perennials. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's even better. So Brooke's like, okay, let me grab them. So Brooke grabs them. And we're still going around trying to find Robin and everything. And get looking, and Brooks toted these flowers around everywhere at this point while we're looking for Robin and all that, because the car was parked quite a bit of ways away for us to get back to it to put stuff in it. And I had a ton of plants that I traded for, as you can tell here. This is at my house once I got back, so there was a lot. And so Brooke starts, we're looking for Robin and all that and getting back, and Brooke starts complaining and saying, I'm not feeling good. Like, I'm itching and like I don't feel good. So I was like, okay, well, let's just get in the car. And Robin's terrible. She will not answer her phone. She don't answer her phone if she even has it most of the time. God love her. Bless her heart. But, she's a lot sometimes. But so finally I go get the car, and me and Brooke, we get the car loaded up with our stuff, and we finally locate Robin, and we load up her stuff. And at this point, Brooke's like, I'm not feeling good, and I feel like I can't breathe. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was thinking, is this just, a teenager being dramatic because she's tired of being at this plant swap with mostly older people and wants to go home, or is she, really can't breathe? So we're going down through there, and then Brooke really can't breathe, and I'm like, oh gosh, because we're over 2 hours away from home. I don't know where anything is. And so I stop at a gas station and I buy Benadryl because that's all I knew to do. And Robin, meanwhile, like I said, Robin's a nurse. But Robin is more on the, how would you say it? She's more on the organic side of treatment. I don't know what it's called. But she's more of, oh, well, take some elderberry syrup and, a vitamin and you're good. So she was like, oh, I think Brooke's fine, there's nothing to worry about. Meanwhile, Brooke's saying she can't breathe. Her face is red. She has broke out in hives all over, like, on the way home. I mean, it's horrible. So I stop at the gas station. I get Benadryl. I give her Benadryl. So all that to say, I'm like, well, I mean, what we was trying to figure out. We'd just been at a plant swap with literally thousands of plants, and I'm like, I don't know what it is. Well, come to find out, that plant that she carried around everywhere was spiderwort, was the plant, and apparently a lot of people are allergic to it. It is a poisonous plant, and I did not know that. But I still have it planted in my yard. I planted it. I have my own little poison area. I know that kind of sounds morbid, but I have a spot that has a lot of poisonous plants that are poisonous to humans or animals or whatever. And I let them all grow together and just be poisonous and pretty. because most of them have beautiful blooms on them. So anyways, I still have the spiderwort in my yard. The kids nobody goes near it. But Brooke learned a valuable lesson. Don't go around and pick up random plants, even if their blooms are pretty. So, that's going to be the layout. So, if you stayed for my story, thank you. Sorry for the glare on there. So, definitely go over and check out Helen and her page and her channel and help her get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. Check out everyone else that's playing along with How to Kill a Kit with the 52 weeks of favorite everyday photos. And I think that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this and that it inspires you. And until next time, bye y'all.